Ryan, this is my dear Aaby question, slash statement. As a youth pastor, I really struggle with trying to get my kids involved in evangelism. So I want to know, what cool ways would these kids think about to talk to their friends about Jesus?
Hey Mike, thanks for the video submission from Canada. Great question. I hear you asking, how can you make evangelism a bigger priority for your youth group? What are some cool ways for students to be able to share their faith? And I would just turn the question around and ask you, how are you making it a priority in your own life? How am I making it a priority in my life? And are we sharing our stories of success or times where we just didn't do it? Because we're asking students to risk in relationship by bridging that gap and creating spiritual conversations. Well, we better be willing to do that ourselves. So for me, in my own neighborhood right here, I want my students to hear about me taking risk and me prioritizing evangelism. I love God and I love people. And I love those people enough to be able to share the gospel with them. Sometimes I don't do it though. And I need for my students and my own kids to hear that I didn't do it, for them to relate with me on that level. Of course, I'm going to continue to train them in the essentials of sharing the gospel, being able to share the good news, knowing the story, but I'm also going to put myself in a position that I'm doing it at a peer level and asking them to do it at a peer level as well. So essentially, there are some events, there's some great ways to strategize evangelism as a youth group, but I want to get away from the idea of bring your friends to church so that I can share the faith with them. I want to see our students sharing their own faith at their campus, their club, their community, and their church. So Mike, make it a priority yourself and then share the stories of success, share the times where you didn't do it, and be real with your students. Thanks so much.